Hey everyone, Mr. MC here. It's been a while since I've made one of these videos, eh? So, yeah, I kind of miss making these videos, and let me just say, this one is quite interesting because there was some very cursed racing. Let's get this started. Alright, so what are we looking at here? We are looking at one of the daily races that happened quite a while ago. So this was a daily race A taking place at Bloom Bay with the Chevrolet Camaro. So this was a one make race. Field and tire wear didn't matter at all. And on paper, this sounds like a very interesting race, and well, in practice, it can be a really fun race to do. Except there's a little problem. The penalty system was still pretty much off by then, so there's going to be quite a bit of aggression here, as there's already people getting a bit too close and friendly with each other into turn 1 on lap 1. So I'm doing this race with my alternate account, as I was actually testing the internet out before it died on me. But anyways, so I'm just doing a challenge that a lot of people may recognize, where they start in the back and they try their best to finish the race in the highest position possible. So ideally, starting in last place, you'd want to finish in first place. So I'm just trying my best to try to make my way around all of these cars, and I'm trying to get a bit of the slipstream, except the red Camaro decide that I don't deserve any sort of slipstream, so I'm going to end up falling a bit behind, as the other red Camaro decides to forget to brake a bit, and he's going to end up punting the other two cars, as more cars are getting a bit too friendly with each other. Almost took me out as well, so luckily I was able to avoid that, stay behind the white Camaro to take advantage of the slipstream, try not to battle out with him, and hopefully catch up to the pack of cars ahead. And eventually we are going to end up catching up, so at the end of lap 3, starting lap 4 right now, we're getting pretty close to the pack of cars ahead, so anything can happen, especially as we approach turn 1, as a couple cars are getting a tad bit too friendly with each other, especially for those in the top 3. One car going all the way to the left, and a couple cars is trying to swerve around, trying to avoid the mess. So the white Camaro in front of me and we were able to catch up to the main pack of cars, so now we're joining the fight for first place. And unfortunately, I'm not in the slipstream, so other cars around me can take advantage of me, potentially try to pick a spot for me, as one car is going to go ahead and do that, just straight up slam me into the wall, slam himself into the wall. Another car is going to fall along. A bunch of cars is getting friendly with each other, pushing each other around. Luckily, nothing too serious happened there, except there's going to be the white Camaro. He's just going to go ahead and exit stage left. Not sure what happened there. He just decided to just hit the wall for no reason. Okay, there we go. We're going to go ahead and get punted by the red Camaro. Okay, so he decided that the best way to pass people is just to punt other cars. That's very nice of him, said no one ever. But luckily, I'm still well within the slipstream range of the next car, so I can eventually try to catch up. But there's not much time left, as there's only about 2 laps left, as the blue Camaro is going to go ahead and take the white one into the wall. But unfortunately, he's going to end up spinning himself out. The white Camaro is going to end up surviving to fight another day. And yeah, it's a bit of a weird thing, because technically without the penalty system, you can race really close with other people and get into little collisions that doesn't really affect anyone, and you don't have to worry about a penalty. But then you get shenanigans like this, where people are just slamming each other, taking each other out, and they're not getting any penalties for it, as there's a bit of collision going on in the front. A bunch of cars just swinging around the track, and I'm able to get somewhat of a good exit, hopefully get past 7th place, and I do end up getting a good run. Get past 7th place, and we'll see if I can potentially pick up any more positions through the final turn, except the red Camaros is going to go ahead and put 2 other cars into the wall. The white Camaro is unfortunately going to end up getting in my way and take out all my momentum, so the chance of getting 5th place is not there anymore. But luckily I was able to pick up 1 more position, pick up 6th place, and okay, then the white car is going to take me out. Okay, alright. So lots of shenanigans in this race. Fortunately, lost to 1st place didn't happen, but I was able to pick up 5 positions and finish in 6th place. So let's go ahead and try this again. Lost to 1st challenge, yada yada yada. You pretty much get the point already. Let's go ahead and get this started. The red Camaro is just going to go ahead and forget that we're doing a race, so we already picked up a position. Gonna give the white Camaro a little bump, encourage him to go just a little bit faster so we can keep up with the main pack of cars. And this time around, turn 1, a bit more peaceful than last time, so that's good, except a couple of cars getting a little squirmy, nothing too serious, so all is good. And that's the thing about this race, you can get some really close and good racing, but that's when everyone around is behaving well and not trying to slam each other into a wall. But unfortunately, with the penalty system pretty much off, yeah, there's going to be quite a few incidents happening where people are just going to be slamming others into the wall and they're not going to get penalized, which is pretty unfortunate because I think this race could have been probably one of the best daily races or daily race A's this year, except you just have people just slamming each other into the walls and just going for full-on punts. So starting lap 2, I'm going to end up giving the black Camaro a bit of a bump, braking just a bit too late, and he's going to end up getting pinned by the red Camaro, and I'm going to end up giving him a bump. And well, luckily he was able to gain a bit of momentum, but he still lost a place. But for me, I ended up falling back down to 12th place, so now I need to make up all of that progress again. So fast forward a bit, just trying to play a bit of catch up. There is a bit of shenanigans going up in the very front as I'm trying to make my way up the order. Going side to side with the white Camaro once again, but because he has a bit more of the slipstream, he is going to be able to have a bit more of advantage than I am. And I'm on the outside going to see if I can try to go for over under, and it might end up working, except it's not because the white Camaro, he is still under the really strong slipstream, so he's going to get a better run. So I'm going to be forced to move myself towards the back of the white Camaro. But that's okay, halfway into the race, and well, we've actually made so progress, so that's not good, but there's still a lot of time left as the black Camaro ends up in the wall. I'm not sure what happened there. Another Camaro ends up in the wall as well, make up 2 positions, so now we're starting to make a bit of progress. The red Camaro pretty much forgot that I exist to the left of him, so I'm just going to try to fight a bit for the slipstream. Luckily, I got a better run, so I was able to keep 7th place, or 9th place actually. And up ahead, there's already a bit of shenanigans going on between 3 cars, and the black Camaro is going to go ahead and take out the red Camaro. He's actually going to end up taking himself out. Red Camaro is going to go ahead and get in my way, going to end up bumping him, and I'm going to get bumped by the other Camaro behind me, and we're both going to regain our momentum. But unfortunately, with that bump that I gave the red Camaro, the run for 6th place is pretty much over for now. So I'm going to try to be a bit more aggressive, just trying to make my way up as I'm running out of time. But luckily, first place is still up there, so it is still possible to potentially win this race. And did I say that the shenanigans are over? Nope. The red Camaro is going to end up getting pushed off of the track. He's going to fight his way back to get back onto the track. And there's going to be a bunch of fighting going on, so now this is going to make me a bit nervous as the red Camaro is going to go ahead and try to slam the white Camaro into the wall. Completely misses, hits himself into the wall. He's going to end up picking up a 1.5 second penalty, so I'm sure he is not too happy about that. Completely missed his target, and I'm getting a little bit anxious because I have a feeling that something is going to happen. He's going to go for a brake check. Going to try to make my way forward and just going to try to get away from all this mess, except the mess comes to me. It completely takes me out. Oh my gosh, that was something else. So let's take a quick look at what happened over here. So the red Camaro, he's going after the white one, completely misses the white Camaro or the silver one, and unfortunately I was right in the path that he was in, so instead of taking out his target, he ended up taking me out. And believe it or not, that incident cost me SR. I lost 6 SR points from that. Apparently I'm a dirty driver for getting taken out. Oh my gosh. But you can tell that I was not the target because the guy that did all that, he ended up pulling over for me. But yeah, all that progress went down the drain. And well, I mean, I did go up 2 positions, but still, it could have been a lot better. And yeah, 10th place. We're going backwards in terms of progress. But anyways, 3rd time's a charm, right? Hopefully 3rd time's a charm. Let's go ahead and get this started. This time I'm in the yellow Camaro, so hopefully people can see me and, you know, just try not to hit me. But already going up 2 positions so far. Turn 1 a little sketchy, but it could be worse, except nope. Okay, 2 cars are going to go ahead and exit stage left and make our way up into 7th place. So they're, well, not even halfway done into the first lap, and I've already made up quite a few positions, almost halfway there to getting into the 1st place position. So I was going to see if I can try to make my way up, as there is a car on my right. He got a slightly better exit than I did through the 1st turn, which eventually added up to him going side to side with me. And the dark gray Camaro is going to end up lagging into me, and unfortunately I'm going to end up hitting the wall and lose a bit of that momentum. Car swinging around, and one car just decided to spin out for some reason, as the car just up ahead ending up into the wall, and the white Camaro sliding almost into me, and luckily I was able to see that and avoid getting hit. I did end up hitting the wall, but luckily hitting the wall and losing just a bit of time is probably better than getting hit by a car and just spinning out, especially on a big turn. But luckily this is lap 2, so there's still a bunch of progress that can be made, especially with the rather strong quote-unquote weak slipstream. So 9th place is going to go ahead and get a good run on me, and we're going to have a bit of some good racing going on around here. Going to give the white Camaro a bit of a bump so we can go a bit faster and try to keep up with the lead pack of cars. Going to side with the gray Camaro, gonna go ahead and just back out of it, and hopefully I'm able to get a slightly better exit, and that might end up being the case, as the white Camaro ends up hitting the gray Camaro. Did end up making 1 position, but because of that shunt from the white Camaro, I was not able to make up 2 positions. So skipping over towards lap 4, bit of some close racing going on, except there's cars hitting the wall. So I'm going to end up making my way into 8th place, just trying to avoid the wall, just trying to focus on getting a better exit through the 1st turn. Lap 5, the black Camaro is going to end up getting a bit of a messy exit, and I'm going to be able to try to get a good run. Luckily I do get a good run, and with the slipstream I'm going to be able to secure 7th place. Start of lap 6, gonna see if I can try to make my way through these next group of cars. The red Camaro is gonna end up hitting the white one, and then he's gonna end up hitting the blue one. It's completely spin him out, and I think I was rather a light tap, but just somehow just spun him out completely right there. Past a red Camaro that was serving a penalty, so made my way up into 5th place. And we still have enough time to try to grab a couple more positions towards the end of the race, as there's 1 more lap left. Some cars getting squeezed into each other. Fortunately, gonna end up hitting the white Camaro and gonna lose all my momentum, but still 1 more lap. Anything can happen. I'm still in the lead pack, and we're gonna see what ends up happening through this 1st turn. A bunch of cars ending up in the wall, sliding around, and we're gonna see if we can try to make my way up and grab a couple positions past 6th place. But unfortunately nothing else is really going to happen, unless if I can try to get past 4th place. But unfortunately I don't think I'm going to be able to get a good run. Going to actually give him a bit of a bump draft and see if I can stay behind him and try to take advantage. But unfortunately that was not the thing I should have done. I should have stayed behind the white Camaro and tried to go for an inside move, but fortunately, I'm going to end up staying in 5th place. So after all the shenanigans, ending up in 5th place, but well, yeah, this is some good progress. We're still not finishing in 1st place, so things are not going to plan. And at this point, I'm just kind of getting ready to give up. As well, finishing in 1st place while trying to avoid all the shenanigans. Yeah, I don't know, but this sounds kind of impossible. So let's go ahead and do one last race. Try to see if I can finish up in 1st place. And we're gonna go ahead and already get a bit of chaos going on in the very start of the race as the yellow Camaro decide to just completely forget that we're starting a race. Unfortunately, I had the worst reflexes and ended up hitting him, so now I'm starting way in the back. Need to try to play a bit of catch up and take advantage of the slipstream. So this is also where my internet decided to start to act up quite a bit, and eventually my internet just decided to pretty much not exist. But anyways, cars lagging around everywhere, so it's going to make my life a bit more difficult once I get close to them. The red Camaro is going to end up slamming into not one but 2 white Camaros, just trying to aggressively fight his way up the grid. And so far it's working out for him, but I'm just going to keep my head down and just try to gradually pick my way up the grid without getting myself into too many shenanigans, or rather hopefully not get myself into too many shenanigans, because either way, if I try to avoid the shenanigans, it seems like it just comes to me anyways. So unfortunately, don't get a good exit through the first turn, so I'm going to end up losing a bit of time. So I'm sticking myself behind 9th place, just trying to take advantage of the slipstream, playing a bit of catch up as we make our way towards the final turn and getting ready to end the 2nd lap. So far, nothing really going on, except there are a couple cars just running into walls, just losing all their momentum right there. So I'm going to see if we could try to make my way up into 9th place, as the red Camaro was one of the cars grinding up the wall. And I'm going to see if I can try to make the move stick. Fortunately, I'm going to end up slowing down a bit too much, and the red Camaro is going to end up reclaiming 9th place. So things are not looking too good after all, but luckily, once again, for the 4th time now, there's still a lot of time left, so anything can happen in these next 4 laps. So I could still potentially end up getting a win, especially since I'm still in the lead pack of cars. Cars are still lagging around, so it's gonna see if I can try to make my way up, as all these cars are just rather bunched up with each other, just trying to fight a bit, so they are coming a bit closer to me, or rather the other way, I'm coming closer to them. So there is going to eventually be an opportunity where I can start to fight my way up as well. But all these cars are bunched up, so chaos can end up happening, and chaos does end up happening, as the gray Camaro is going to end up punting a bunch of the cars into the wall, and I'm going to make my way up from 10th to 9th to 8th to 7th to 6th, and end up getting a run that is so good, I'm going to make my way up from 10th place to 4th place in just 1 turn. And just taking a quick look at what happened, the gray Camaro just completely forgot to brake. It's going to send up all these cars into the wall, and the red Camaro going to join in on them as well. And I'm just going to sneak on by. And I'm pretty much having the run of my life as I'm trying to make my way up into 3rd place. And I'm going to try to get away from all the shenanigans, because if cars are bunching up together like that, more shenanigans are bound to happen, as there are a bit of shenanigans happening. One car just sliding into another one, just taking each other out, and oh my gosh. I don't know if you just saw what just happened, but it looks like chaos did end up happening, as I'm suddenly gaining a bunch of time from the cars behind me. So let's take a look at what happened. Taking a look at this black Camaro, so he ended up just completely sliding. It's going to end up taking out the other black Camaro, but that's not it. These 2 cars, or 3 cars rather, they're just going to end up just trying to take each other out. The white car just joins on in. It's just, how do you even explain what the hell happened here? Just so much happened over here. I mean, just take a look through the perspective of the white Camaro. So you have the black Camaro joining on in, and then the red and blue Camaro are just going to try to take each other out. This white Camaro just trying to avoid all that, just trying to go through it all like a needle, but that's just going to end up backfiring. Red Camaro also gets taken out as well. How do you explain all of that? But anyways, the blue Camaro is going to end up taking out the white Camaro. Is almost going to save it, but unfortunately the white Camaro just couldn't save it. And that blue Camaro behind me also has to serve a penalty, so hopefully I'm able to keep the gap just big enough so I don't have to worry about him before he serves a penalty in the next lap. But so far I have made my way up from 12th place all the way to 2nd place, and now I am in a battle for 1st place. I don't even know how long it took to finally end up in this sort of situation where I'm finally fighting for 1st place, or actually, well, have 1st place within reach, going to side with the blue Camaro. And I'm going to try and play a bit smart over here. Just going to try to take advantage of a bit of teamwork, at least to try to get away from 3rd place as he is fast approaching. But luckily he does have a penalty to serve, so he's going to serve it right now, and that gap is going to increase. So the Canadian should be making his way up. There we go. So about 1.7 seconds behind, he could still catch up, but if the blue car and I, we do a bit of teamwork, then it can be potential to keep the 3rd place car at bay. But the teamwork is not going to last that long as the race is getting ready to end. The start of lap 7 is starting very soon, and now I need to think about what kind of moves I want to make to try to secure 1st place. So taking advantage of the slipstream, and I'm gonna go ahead and actually just brake just a little bit earlier, trying to focus on getting a much better exit through turn 1, and luckily that is going to end up happening, as I'm going to end up passing 2nd place and make my way up into 1st place. So now it is down to the final 2 turns, and interestingly the blue Camaro just decided not to take advantage of my slipstream until now. As I go into the inside line, I just need to make sure that I nail down the final turn. Just try and make sure I don't end up hitting the wall or just sliding around too much, as the blue Camaro is getting a better exit. The other silver Camaro not too far from the both of us, and I'm going to end up getting a good exit, which should secure my victory, even as the blue Camaro is going to end up getting close to me. And luckily, I'm finally going to get the win, finally complete the last to first challenge after 4 painful attempts. The challenge is finally done. And I'm not going to lie, this has been some of the most cursed racing that I've had to do, as there's just a bunch of shenanigans just going on and just trying to avoid all of that, but still somehow just ending up in it. But anyways, that is pretty much it for this video. Some of the craziest racing that I've been in quite a while, and I don't mean that in the good ways, because oh gosh, with the penalty system pretty much off, yeah, you end up with these kinds of shenanigans. But anyways, that's all for me. I'd like to thank you guys for the awesome support. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this video. So thank you to all of you who have been watching my videos, whether you're a subscriber or not. Thank you to my channel members, and thank you to Playseat. Thank you to all of you for supporting this channel. So that's all for me. This is Mr. MCA, the world's most okay player, and I'll see you in the next video.